Reviews. Today we're going to be taking a look at the AirPods 2 Super Copy and comparing it to some other older model units like the i10, LKT9 and i12. There are a few things that I want to mention first though before we dive into the review. I was given this review unit in plain boxing with no logo. As you can see, there are no Apple logos on the side, and I did ask why, if it was the Super Copy, that it didn't have any Apple logos on the side. From what I was told, and quite frankly I do believe this, from what I was told they believe that it's too dangerous to ship Super Copies in boxes that have Apple logos on the side, because if customs inspects the shipment, and from my personal experience this happens about half the time, then you have a pretty high chance of losing what you've ordered completely, as customs officials for each country will destroy items at the border if they believe that they might be counterfeit. So moving on, there are a few things in this review that I'm going to be able to show you and some that I can't. This unit does have the markings on it, and we all know what those markings look like and what they are, but I can't show them in the video and provide you guys a link at the same time about where to find them. So in order to provide you guys with a link of these Super Copies, I'm not going to be able to show you the markings on the back, under the lid and on the earbuds themselves. So before I talk any further, it's important to note that I received these a few days ago and I had already taken the shrink wrapping off them basically. So these feel really good in the hand. They look identical to AirPods 2 wireless charge case. It has the little wireless charge dot on the front, and they do have the proper markings inside the case, under the lid, on the back and on the earbuds themselves. In my testing of this particular unit, the bass has been pretty rich and deep, and it gets really loud when you put the volume up to 100%. So for the audio quality, I've got to give it a 10 out of 10, absolutely. I've got the i10 TWS here, as you can see, and the quality is better in my view. Another feature that I'm pleased to confirm about this unit is that each earbud does function independently. I know that for some, it was really important, and I can confirm that you can definitely use each earbud independently and separately. So if you want to use only one and leave the other in the case, you can. Also, absolutely no flashing lights on the side, as you can see, and there's no Asian lady saying, you know, connected or things like that had happened on previous models. You can also see that the Apple Super Copy has the W1 or the H1 chip, so we'll just demo that for you real quick. So I'm going to put these back in the case. There we go. And I'll just get these out of the way real quick. I don't have another iPhone with me, I'm not that wealthy, but we'll go with what we've got here. So open up the case, and we'll do that again, and again. So yeah, as you can see, the H1 or the W1 chip responds really, really fast, and as you probably heard, the case has a magnetic seal on the bottom here, which does make a really, really good, satisfying snap sound, just like the real AirPods too. So one thing that's really good about the magnetic seal is obviously it pretty much stays exactly where you want it to do, which is closed. So it can handle wireless charging, and the light on the front turns orange to show you that it's charging. If you don't have a wireless charger though, it also has the lightning port on the bottom. So just real quick, we will show you the wireless charging capabilities. I just want to make sure you get it in the right place, because this is this wireless charger that I have. There we go. So as you can see, it wirelessly charges, it lights up the little light there, and that light will end up turning off or turning green when its wireless charging has been completely fulfilled. So there have been a few reviews on this same unit and on other videos, so I do apologize I can't show you all of it, but I wanted to let you guys know where to find it, so I can't do that if I show you the markings in this video. There are markings on the back of this unit, under the lid, and on the earbuds themselves, exactly like the real AirPods 2, but unfortunately I can't show you what those markings look like and provide you a link at the same time. So I guess the bigger question is, how do these units, how do these Super Copies compare to the i10, the i12, and the LKT9? So I'm just going to run you through that real quick. I think most people probably recognize the i10 TWS as being what most people think of really high quality sound. It was always the i10 TWS. That was really the first one that came out on the scene, and everybody pretty much had to have a copy of these. For this particular unit, I have been told that the chipset in this unit is exactly the same chipset that does come in this particular unit, just they've made some upgrades to this particular unit. So not only does it sound better than the i10 TWS, but it has the same chipset as well. Other major differences, obviously with the i10, it has some LEDs on the front of the case. There's about 4 of them to show you the different charging percentages. The i10 charges with USB Type-C, this one is wireless or lightning cable from that perspective. The i12 TWS seen here. This particular unit I always kind of liked, although I think a lot of people gave the i12 a fair bit of unfair hate. The red box version, which is basically, you can tell the difference because it's got that nice little red stripe there. The red box version was actually a really good chipset, and the chipset was the same as the i10 TWS as well. So to be honest, the bass sound in this is really quite deep and really quite rich. The only things that these units had going against them was really that, they had some flashing lights, there were some reliability problems, etc. Now, if you want to step up just a little bit more to another particular unit, there's the LKT9. This particular unit, it has really quite high quality construction, so the plastics of the LKT9 do feel really good. It also has the W1 or the H1 chip in that as well, although it is a little bit slower to respond than the Super Copy. And when I say slower, I mean noticeably slower. So these Super Copy AirPod 2 wireless versions, they've got the light on the front. The AirPods 2 clones, these cost about $70, I think. But to get the real AirPods 2 wireless charge model from Apple costs about $199, which is 184%. 184% more expensive than this. And they look identical, and they sound identical. I actually have the real AirPods as well, and to be honest, I have a difficult time telling the difference between them. There are some minor differences, but it's really only obvious if you actually own the real AirPods. For most people, if you end up using these ones, nobody will know any difference. The W1, the H1 chipset works really fast. The price difference between the two, like I said, $70 for these, $199 for the AirPods 2 wireless charge case, 184% more expensive. This doesn't have flashing lights. It has the same chipset but improved and better over the i10 TWS. So if you guys are interested in finding where the Super Copy can be found, this is the review unit that I was sent. The link is in the description below, so you can go check that out if you like. Also, I'll be doing a giveaway for a free copy of the AirPods 2 clone if this video reaches 10,000 views. So share it with your friends, give it a like and a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, which I think is somewhere up there in that corner, for future updates. And we'll be doing giveaways pretty often, and I'll always bring you guys the direct links on where to find these copies. So thanks for watching, and cheers. See you on the next one.